day. What I do in the evening is I help out and volunteer with some groups such as London Community Foundation, and pleased to be a member of the Environmental Health Committee, which has really shepherded this Clean Air Challenge process, and really very much enjoyed working with that. So I'd like to start off by first of all welcoming you, and thank you so much for coming out. Also welcoming the presenters today. It's been a bit of a journey to kind of get from where we started to where we're coming. It looks like we're going to have a very interesting afternoon, judging by the various props I can smell and see walking around. So very pleased with that. Just to give you just a very brief oversight. No, I think actually what I first want to do, I want to finish off the welcomes. There's a few other folks that I want to specifically mention today that are here. John Nicholson, he's the chair of the London Community Foundation. He's here. If you could just wave your hand. We also have Donna Bourne here as well, who I believe is the vice chair of the committee. We have Jeanette Everhart, who is the chair of the Grants Committee, and we have John Howard here as well, who is the chair of the Environmental Health Committee, and we have some of my esteemed colleagues who are members of that of the Environmental Health Committee. The Clean Air Challenge, and this is the inaugural one. Like I said, it's been a long road to get here, and it's been an exciting road in terms of getting here. When our committee started working on this, we were charged with finding a way to implement this program, and so what we did was we developed terms of reference. We wanted to make something that was fairly straightforward and fairly simple and very accessible to the community. And we were very happy and heartened by the response that we got back. Our initial response to our sort of first stage was about 50 applicants, and really all we asked people to do was to come up with a 500-word story about what it was that they wanted to do and just give us some insights. So something that was fairly straightforward to do. So we started off with 50, then our committee sort of went through and looked at that and sort of graded them, and then we came up with a short list of about 20. We asked them to go back and write a more detailed application, and add some budget information and some other detailed information so we could help judge these things more in a more detailed fashion. And then here we're at the point today where we're left with 8. So we've gone through this judging process and we're left with 8 finalists. And the Clean Air Challenge is an important undertaking by the London Community Foundation, and offers grants of a total grant sum of up to $100,000. So it's not an insignificant undertaking that we have here. So the process today is going to be pretty straightforward. We've got 8 presenters, so there's you're going to hear lots of information today, but basically what it's going to be is that everybody is going to be given 5 minutes to make a presentation. We've got a very strict timekeeper over in the corner, Dean's keeping time. He's probably going to give me a sign shortly, but everybody gets 5 minutes, and then we have our esteemed judges who will introduce in a moment. They will have a total of 5 minutes to ask questions, to ask some questions of the various applicants, and really it's the chance for the applicants to first and foremost tell the judges and tell the community that's here about about their undertaking, about their project, about their passion, and then it's an opportunity for the judges then to ask some questions. And the way that we've set it up today is that just because of the time and such that we won't have any time for questions from the audience. So we're really going to focus on our judges and really very much rely on our judges to help us finish this off. So we're going to have our first 4 presentations. They'll be starting at about 2:15. And finishing at around 3. We'll have a little break, so we don't have to sit down for 2 hours in a row. So we'll have a few minutes to have a break, and then after that we'll conclude. We'll have the final 4, and then after that.
This is exciting. We've been watching this process over the last probably about 6 months or longer. It's been very creative. We've had a group of committee members that have really thought outside the box and visionary, and it's been lots of fun for us. I just thought that I would share with you how we got to the point where we are as far as our environmental granting. Several years ago, we decided as a foundation that we wanted to introduce a strategic granting program around the environment, and we had a very forum. And I think, Hank, you were at that very first forum where we brought a group of people together, and maybe some of you even were there, to ask, what do you believe is the important, are the important issues in our community as far as the environment? What do we need to look at? And we had made an allocation of about $100,000 at the time for that to begin into this process. At the end of the very first forum that we had, we came away with air quality, that everyone sort of unanimously decided or voted that air quality was an issue in our community, but it was really hard to get our heads around what could we do. Other issues that were, we needed to plant more trees, which could contribute to the air quality, which we've done for several years. We've worked with Reforest London, we've worked with the Urban League, we've worked with other groups to plant, do a lot of tree planting in the city. We then worked in areas of the watershed, the Thames Valley watershed, to rehabilitate several watersheds. I know Trillium is here. They partnered with us on a couple of the watersheds, as well as some of our own donors. But then we came back to, okay, it's still air quality, and what have we done? And so we had another sort of smaller forum, and we got a group of people that ended up majority forming our environmental health committee to start thinking really creatively, and here's where we are today. So I congratulate, first of all the people who did apply for this challenge grant, or grants. We don't know what that's going to be yet. And all of you who have been shortlisted and are here today, and I hope you have fun, and I hope everyone enjoys the process, and we come away with a really good start into improving the air quality in our city. So thank you.